So you want to start? What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, let's see.
Probably just talk about the game that happened, Celtics.
Yeah, let's start with the Celtics.
Yeah, bet.
I mean, I never I was listening to Felger and Maz and what they said was right. I think you ask Celtics fans what they thought of the next 5 days ago, they thought they were trash. 5 weeks ago, they thought they were trash. 5 months ago, they thought they were trash. So I just yeah, I mean, I never thought in my wildest dreams the Celtics would be down 0-2 to the Knicks. Last time they trailed in a series, 0-2 was the Isaiah Thomas Celtics against the Bulls in the first round. So, I mean, this is something we haven't seen. And the late game execution, uh, the threes. I mean, I think that's part of the problem, but it's a combination of everything between Missoula, Tatum and Brown not playing well, Horford getting torched defensively. And just not winning plays. I mean, I feel like there were how many loose balls? I felt like there were at least two or three loose balls Tatum could have just dove for and got, and it was just he didn't. And it was just kind of really? It just looked like he didn't want it.
I completely agree. There's so many instances in these first two games, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, where there's just a lack of effort on defense, on rebounding. Like, a long rebound comes out, they don't care. And it's the body language too, especially from the two stars. Clapping their hands, just being frustrated. It's like, guys, what's going on? We're playing the New York Knicks, who we swept in the season series for nothing. We're defending champions. Like, what is going on? And not only is it the defensive effort and the rebounding, obviously, it's the shooting. Tatum 5 for 19 last game, 7 for 23 in game one. I'm extremely disappointed, but I mean
Yeah.
it's Missoula ball, right? Like this is Missoula ball. You win by the three, die by the three.
Yeah, and the refusal to adjust anything and just go to the basket. You see all the pictures online of how many open looks and lanes they had, and they just passed them up. And I
When
mean,
when Jalen Brunson was just lying on the floor in the paint and Tatum decides to just shoot a three, what are you
exactly.
doing?
Yeah.
Like, dude, all right, I get Missoula ball, all right? I get three-pointers, they give you a lot of points. When you're up 20, stop shooting threes when
Yeah.
you have open lanes. I mean, Tatum has Jalen Brunson on him and he's not driving.
Even when you don't have the open lanes, just go and try and get a foul. You know what I mean? That's
Exactly.
all, at that point in the game, that's all we're trying to do. And there's no adjustments, there's no plays. It's just they play that style of basketball, the 7 seconds or less. Come down, the first open look they get, they're gonna take. And
Hmm.
that's what happens when you play that way.
Yep.
So,
And they'll miss it, and then they'll get the rebound and do the same thing because there's a quick open three. And it's like, dude, you have to see the writings on the wall.
yeah.
You have to know when to cut it out and to just drive to the basket and get some easy buckets. You're up 20 in both of these games.
Yeah. Who would you put the blame on? I know people are saying it's Tatum's fault, it's Missoula's fault. Who would you if you had to put the blame on?
Straight
Even
up, there's four guys. It's Jason Tatum, Joe Mazzulla, Jaylen Brown, and Kristaps Porzingis.
yeah.
Jason Tatum, I mean, come on, dude. Tatum and Brown, not only are they not hitting shots, but it's the effort, the body language, everything. From top to bottom, they're playing pathetic basketball. Joe
Yeah.
Mazzulla refuses to adjust.
And
Kristaps Porzingis, what are we paying you for?
it looks like the Celtics of a few years ago were late in games, they kind of get that deer in headlights look. Early in the first half, Tatum and Brown, if there's an open guy, they're gonna give it to him. But if it's late in the game, I feel like they want that shot and they're gonna take that shot because that's their shot. And that's the way they view it. Instead of just passing and finding the best open look, they're gonna take a contested three or force a shot up. And we haven't even talked about that last possession yet, but
I
got
don't
a couple
want to.
times there, Missoula. And then even like he has 6 seconds when he gets on to the other side of the court and set. And they were fine with having Mitchell Robinson play up on him. They had Cat and OG just sitting right behind him. Like that Knicks team's locked in defensively. They're a more physical team, and it looks like they more want it more.
100%. They never played physical basketball, but I mean, like they said, I think it was Mikal Bridges. I believe it was Mikal Bridges that said, "Thank God for Detroit because it taught us to play this physical style of basketball that we never played before." And man, is it working. I mean, and they have the personnel to do it. You know how physical Brunson is. Cat's a big guy. Anunoby, Josh Hart, dog. So, I mean, credit to Tibbs for adjusting. He's always been kind of stubborn at that. He doesn't want to adjust, but look at him, man. I mean, complete adjustment.
Yeah, and like I want to say this, like we'll give we'll give the Knicks credit. Like they came back 20-point deficits. They stuck in there, and but I feel like the Celtics lost these games more than the Knicks won them. You know what I mean? Like the Knicks won these games putting up just over 100 points, where like Celtics, if they have an average night offensively, should beat them. So
100%. 100%. A lot of people are like, come on, stop crapping on the Celtics. Give the Knicks some credit. No, no, the Celtics were up 20 in these games for a reason, and they just completely blew it.
yeah,
That's
nah,
what happened. It's the Celtics. I mean, coming into the series, I said Celtics in 6-7 rather than five because something felt weird about it. Just because we've already won the championship. Um, but we know who these Celtics are. They're completely viable, vulnerable to giving up these games, giving up these leads, just choking. I mean, that's what they've always done until they won this championship. 2022 against Golden State, 2023 against Miami, and just in
this
general, we always let up games, we always let up series that we just should not have, and it's coming back.
and this reminds me of the Miami series when we went down 0-3. I think they're gonna kick it into gear here, and you'll see the Celtics make a good run at it. But now you're down two games. Like you don't leave yourself much room for error. Like you give yourself one game that you can lose maybe on the road, but you got to win three, three out of four. So
Exactly. And it does really remind me of that Miami series back in 2023 when we went down 0-3. But
yeah,
my
and they
and my
kicked
thing,
it here, but it was just too late. You know what I mean?
exactly.
I
And
feel like it's the same thing happening over.
And not only that, but it just says so much about the team and the build and the makeup and like who we are or who the Celtics are. It tells you a lot because if you go down like this is part of your team. Sure, can you overcome it? Can you win the series? Yeah, the Celtics can. But at the same time, they've kind of showed their true colors in these first two games. This is what the Celtics have always been. We got, I don't want to take away from the championship run at all last year, but it was an easier road.
Yeah. I mean, from what I've watched from the first two games right now, I'm gonna say the Knicks are gonna win in five.
You really think that? You think that's gonna happen?
I mean, if the Celtics play like that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to say they're not, right?
Yeah,
I have a
like
few stats. The fourth quarter of game one and two, Brunson he's 20 points, 55% from the field, four three-pointers. Brown, Tatum, and White in the fourth quarter of the series. All together, 17 points, one three-pointer made, 12% from the field.
one three-pointer made.
Brunson's got four himself. Like what? I've got some more stats. Um, Lowest field goal percentage this playoff. Minimum 75 field goals attempted. Brandon Pochemski, Jalen Green, Malik Beasley, Draymond Green, Michael Porter Jr., and Jason Tatum are the bottom six. They're all below 40%. Tatum's 39.4%. We've got lowest three-point percentage of the last two playoffs. Minimum 75 attempts. Number one, Jason Tatum at 29.3%.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to argue he's not shown up. And he would he have 2 points at halftime?
Mm-hmm.
They were up like 2 points at halftime from our all NBA superstar, and this is why people talk about him the way they do because you see we'll get to Thunder in a minute, but they lose that first game on their home floor and they come on that second game, put the gas to the floor, and they smoke Denver.
All right.
So like that's the kind of performance you expect after that kind of loss, and it wasn't a wake up call. It wasn't a like Cleveland losing again, even though Cleveland was injured, that wasn't a wake-up call. Like, if I don't know what is, that's why it concerns me because they always seem to be complacent and have this lack of urgency where last year they were hitting all these shots and it was great and guys were injured. But like this is a different year and I feel like they're not approaching it the same way.
Completely agree. And you're completely right. And look how young the Thunder are compared to us.
Yeah.
So I'm really worried. I'm really, really worried. This Knicks team is not void of talent, at all. They probably have the best player in the series. I mean, Jason Tatum's the better player than Jalen Brunson overall.
I
But
mean, the
as a
Garden
re
is gonna be buzzing. Like,
yeah, I'm nervous. Time leading in this series, Celtics 81 minutes, Knicks 12 minutes. How?
yeah,
Like man, and I mean the screw all of the games. Game one and two. Screw every single minute except that last possession on both of the games. You have the chance to win it if you're the Boston Celtics. What do? Joe Mazzulla, you throw it to Jalen Brown, stripped from Mikal Bridges, like a football interception. The second game, you don't call a timeout. I mean, come on. Tatum just goes into
Tatum
three guys,
walked
doesn't
into
even get a
triple
shot
team.
off.
Triple team he walked into.
To me, it says so much about who Jason Tatum is as a basketball player mentally when it matters, and Joe Mazzulla as a coach, both
Yeah.
of them. And I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm letting Jalen Brown off the hook because he's been pathetic too. But he just hasn't been as bad as Jason Tatum. Plus,
Y-
Jason Tatum's the best player on this team. He gets the most responsibility, he gets the most credit when stuff goes well, and he's going to get the most hate when they're down.
Yeah. Tatum's taking the most shots. They go as he goes.
That dude. And Steve Kerr, man, he was right. He was right. I mean, you look at Tatum's shooting numbers in those first few USA games, they were horrific. And everybody in the world just overlooked that and said, why isn't he playing? He's all NBA. He's an NBA champion. It's, it's to me, it's obvious. I mean, we didn't win the championship because of him last year.
Yeah.
Obviously, he played a huge part. He was our best player.
Like now he's gonna play angry and he's gonna go and drop probably 40 in this next game. But like we just need that without this. Like
Right?
can we just have the fired up Jason Tatum instead of having to go through all this first before we see him?
Right? You look at the top three players in the league, Jokic, Giannis, Shea, and then it's like a tier of Tatum, Luka, Steph, LeBron, Anthony Edwards, these guys. Tatum should be in that upper half. He should be in that group. He is arguably the most talented, has the most potential of all of the NBA players. Every player in the NBA, he may have the highest ceiling and the most talent as the two-way player, as a scorer, everything, versatility, everything. And you get this? Are we kidding? Are
Yeah.
we kidding?
Yeah. So tomorrow afternoon, Celtics going to New York, must win game. Um, yeah, not much else to be said.
There's
Must
no
win
way the
game.
Celtics don't win it.
Yeah, I think they pull it out, but I think that game four is going to be tough. You know what I mean? That's where New York's going to make their stand. Because like
Absolutely.
if they go back like 2-2, they lose their home court advantage, and it's like even though home court advantage doesn't really matter, I just feel like if you go back after going up 2-0, that's things aren't going the right way.
Absolutely not. Yeah,
So
so what do you think's going to happen? You think the Knicks in five?
I think then realistically, Knicks in six. I think they win it back
Wow.
in or what's it? Back in New York, yeah, game six. I think like they'll steal game four. They come back, maybe get blown out in Boston, and then they have to win that game six, or I wouldn't feel great. But I mean, I think they have so much room for error now.
Totally.
Like they can go lay two eggs and it's still all right.
I'm so I'm so negative on the Celtics right now. I keep it real with the Celtics. I don't like when they do this stuff. But
And like I just don't see like is Porzingis gonna be much better? Like
That's
what's going
another
on?
thing. That's another thing that we haven't even talked about. I mean, come on, dude. 30 million a year.
There's something like serious going on. He's not good.
What's he got, man? It's got to be some viral illness that's really affecting him. But I don't know.
All,
I don't know what to say
all I
about
know is they
Porzingis
yeah, all I know is they rested him all regular season.
for this.
No back-to-backs.
It's a lot of money, a lot of cap space,
Like it's always something with this guy.
right?
All right,
He's got to be gone after this.
yeah, you want to move on?
Yeah, let's move on. What series do we want to talk about now?
Yeah, let's talk about Cavs Pacers that just finished up.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
Cavs
they
Cavs dominate game three. Donovan Mitchell drops 40.
efficient 40.
Yeah, they get Mobley back. They get Garland back. Um, Garland wasn't great. Mobley was solid though. Actually,
Well,
great. He had 6 steals and blocks combined.
he was phenomenal. He was phenomenal
Wow.
on the boards. The Cavs out rebounded the Pacers. It was like 50 to 30 at the end. And second chance points. I don't know exactly what it finished as, but in the fourth quarter, the second chance points were 29 to 9 in favor of Cleveland. So,
Yeah. And this was one of those games. That's why you pay Max Strus. Came in, gave you 20 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds. Like,
man, can we talk about him? My
wow.
gosh. Starting yeah, 8 for 12, 4 for 8 from 3. It's 20 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. And you could see the stats watching the game. You could see it.
Are you concerned a little bit with Ty Jerome?
Yes. I mean, he looked horrible. He looked absolutely abysmal. What was it?
Like
1
two
for 14?
points. He's
Yeah,
had 2 points the last 2 games. So
1 for
yeah, yeah,
14 in game 1, 1 for 8 in game 2.
yeah. Just having trouble getting going. That's a guy who hasn't played big playoff minutes. I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of cut him back a little bit.
Yeah, he was turning the ball over 3 times. He had a great opportunity. Just he got a pass on a cut, put up a layup, missed it. Point blank, missed it. He's
Yeah.
nervous. He's very, very nervous. Um, and that's part of the reason. Listen, I don't. The East is so shooken up right now with the way this Knicks Celtics series is going, and even this series. But even if the Cavs move on, I mean, even in this series, they haven't done it yet. They're still a little inexperienced. Everyone except Donovan Mitchell, you can call inexperienced, and Max Strus, but he's Max Strus.
And
Donovan Mitchell
now
is one
they're
of the
banged up.
yeah, yeah, they really are. Garland, he moved well tonight. He hit a big three, but he didn't shoot well. He's 3 for 11, 2 for 7 from three. Um, he picked up his fourth personal foul in that second quarter. It didn't end up mattering, but frustration. Benedict Mathurin got to him. Benedict Mathurin, by the way, played a great game tonight. Great game.
Good.
What'd he finish with? Or let's stay on the
20.
cat. Yeah, we
Did
can stay on the Cavs
23.
if you want real quick, but I just it's the Cavs' inexperience, their youth, their nerves outside of Donovan Mitchell and Max Strus. I
Yeah,
just if they play the Knicks, that's a series. That's a series, and a lot of people would have picked the Cavs easily. That's a series.
yeah. I mean, I think we gotta mention too Halliburton tonight, four
Yes.
points.
Yeah. My big thing with Indiana tonight is they they played really slow. And when they were playing fast, they were playing well, but they played really slow, especially in that second quarter. And that's not where they're good. That's not where Halliburton's good. Um, yeah, he couldn't create anything in the half court. He couldn't.
Yeah, they got down early. Looked like they were just kind of hanging on. They kind of tied it up.
Yeah,
Took a lead.
The Cavs started out 23 to 8. They started out 25 to 10. Pacers went on a 22-7 run to tie it, and then the Cavs just obliterated them in the second quarter,
Yeah,
and that was the story of the game. If I look at my notes from the second quarter, it was that zone defense. The Cavs pulled out in the beginning of the second quarter, it really halted Indy. But more than anything, they were just going really slow. And the Pacers are so good in transition on fast breaks, getting quick, fast points. And that's not what they were doing tonight. They were settling down. Credit to Cleveland for stopping it, but they can't play
Yeah.
like that if they want to win. They have to play at a fast tempo.
Yeah, and this is a Cleveland team that gets streaky, so I wouldn't be surprised if they rip off a few here if they're fully healthy and good to go. I don't, yeah, like I think kind of view it the same way as the Celtics series is that Cleveland's got to bring it back 2-2 to even or they can't go down 3-1. Like so
They can't. They can't. I mean, Indiana's not going to drop three in a row.
yeah, I think Cleveland gets right. I think they kind of shape up.
I just, I can definitely see Indiana winning this next game. That's the thing. You dig yourself into a hole when you go down 0-2.
Yeah.
But
Indiana's great at home normally too.
yeah,
Like
they really are.
they have just a good record as the Cavs at home, so
Yeah, and tonight, I mean, the shots really just weren't falling. I mean, credit to Cleveland for stopping it, credit to them for making them play slow. But I mean, you look at it at one point, Siakam was 1 for 4, Halliburton was 1 for 4, McConnell was 0 for 4 with 6 assists, but still, Siakam 1 for 4, yeah. Nemhard was 1 for 6. So
yeah.
obviously he got hot in that third quarter, but it was just that second quarter really dug the Pacers in a hole. If it wasn't for that second quarter, the Pacers may have won that game. But you can't, one team scored 34, one team scored 13.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you
um,
can't put up 13 points and expect to win.
yeah, no. Let me see what else I had. Yeah, Cleveland had that 15-2 run. Um, that zone defense really slowed Indiana down.
Yeah.
But for Indiana tonight, Mathurin was good. TJ McConnell was good. He didn't shoot well, but he ran the offense well. He finished with how many assists did he finish with? 7 assists, 6 boards.
TJ.
Ended up shooting all right. See, yeah, McConnell was better than Halliburton tonight. I don't know what was up with him. They got to play faster. That zone must have confused them. But even in that first quarter, he didn't look good. So they got to play faster. Halliburton's got to be better. But yeah, Turner was really good tonight. Nemhard he heated up, and Mathurin was good. That's off night though, shooting for the Pacers. You can't shoot like that. You can't play offensively like that and get beat on the boards like that and expect to win. It's not gonna happen.
No, no. Here, you want to keep it rolling here?
Definitely.
The what series you want to do?
We could probably talk about the Wolves Warriors real quick. Not much to talk about there. The Wolves came out in game one, shot horribly. Um, Curry played about a quarter, looked really good, but went out. I mean, I think that's the main story here.
Yeah,
How are the Warriors going to do this without Curry?
I don't think they can.
I think their only hope is to bring it to 6, and if they can get it back for 6 and 7, who knows? I don't think it's out of the picture that the Warriors can come back 3-2. If they can get one without Curry, and then get Curry back for game 6 and 7, they can do it. But if they can't get one without Curry, they're cooked. And
I
if they
mean,
don't get Curry back for game 6, they're cooked.
I mean, yeah, I just don't see a path for for them without Curry, just because like they had a solid game from Jimmy Butler, not a great game, a solid game, and then they had unbelievable games from Trace Jackson Davis and Jonathan Kuminga off the bench. Like those guys missed 3 shots combined. So
Kuminga was phenomenal.
yeah, those guys combined for like 35 points. So like I don't see how those guys perform much better and the starters give you much more. Like I just don't see a path for the Warriors unless the Wolves just settle for threes and just shoot terribly. Where like I just think the Wolves are a better team up and down and
They're too good
I
of a
want
team to not take advantage.
yeah. And I don't think Curry's coming back, even though they're saying he's gonna get reevaluated next week. If he's not good to play now, I don't think he's gonna be good to play next week. Like I feel like he'd be a game time decision or he'd be something else. He wouldn't be reevaluated. So
Reevaluated in a week, like, and that's
yeah,
a
I think
hamstring.
it's kind of sad this how it ends this year for the Warriors. Maybe next year they're able to run it back. I don't know. I don't know if they do.
Yeah.
Like
It's
that's a
tough,
really
dude. I mean,
old
Jimmy
as
Butler's only
well.
going to be older. Steph Curry's only going to be older as if they aren't old enough. I mean, it's
Yeah, I know
like,
they got them all under contract, but it's like, do you want to do this?
no, no, end it, dude. End it.
Yeah. So I just see the Wolves pulling it out. I wouldn't be surprised. Wolves in five.
I do too. I completely agree. However, if the Warriors can steal one without Curry and they get him back for game six, you can't count him out. However, they're gonna have to get one. I don't know how they do it. Pods was horrible last night. Hield is a shooter who sometimes can't shoot. Butler, he's Butler, but he's not Miami Jimmy. He's not.
They're
Um,
not they're not athletic enough. They're not big enough to hang with the Wolves.
no, they don't have a center down low. I mean, it's Draymond Green, and who knows? He's probably going to be thrown out. He's probably going to be
Yeah,
suspended by the
he's
end of
gonna
the season.
he's gonna crash out in the
Yeah, as
series. You've already seen some of the stuff that's happening, so
yeah. But one point I want to make is that Kuminga, man, that dude was phenomenal last night. Hitting threes in transition, timely threes to keep the Warriors kind of in it. Um, he got Rudy Gobert isolated in that corner, drove right by him, stopped on a dime under the basket, and kind of dunked on him, backwards posterizer. It was beautiful. Steve Kerr, dude, why did you ruin this dude's confidence? I mean, he's a talented player, a lengthy, versatile, athletic defender who can shoot and can drive. I mean, I don't know why. Obviously, he didn't necessarily fit your timeline, but you got a championship and he hasn't really
this
costed you much.
Jimmy came.
That's true too, but I feel like it was just before, you know? That is
Yeah,
true though. That is true. It's kind of Jimmy's role. But still, at least as a sixth man.
yeah.
Like,
No,
dude,
it's but like after like falling out of the rotation, dealing with all these issues, not playing great. He comes in a playoff game and just does that. So that's huge for him, who's in a contract year. So
oh, he earned himself money regardless of however you want to put it. He earned himself money last night.
yeah, whether like a bad team wants to come and give him a decent deal,
Yeah, like I'm not
Charlotte.
talking money. I'm talking some money,
Yeah, I
some
could see
dollar
like
signs.
Charlotte watching
Yeah.
that and being like, "Oh, okay,
Right?
this guy's young, he's athletic. We could throw him with our guys."
And that would probably be a horrible decision, as most Hornets decisions are. But
Yeah,
yeah, I completely agree with you.
yeah.
But yeah, last night, dude, pause was horrible. Healed, yeah, we made our points.
And then, all right, we move on to the last one here.
What's going
Nuggets
on right
Thunder.
now? Thunder are up 24-18.
Yeah. So like we were talking about earlier, Thunder drop game one. They don't look too great, but they only lose by two, just a one possession game. So, and then they come back game two and they go up like 30 in the first quarter and they win the game by like 40 points.
It was
Absolutely
dominant.
insane.
That when Lou Dort's hitting his shots and Shea's like amazingly efficient and J-Dub's balling and Chet's hitting shots and Hartenstein's balling. This team is
Yeah.
great.
What are you gonna do?
Nah.
Like, you even had great game from Westbrook, 20 points.
Yeah, dude, he was hitting middies.
Yeah, but they
But
really locked down Jokic, only 6 assists. Nobody could really knock down the shots between Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, Jamal Murray didn't really give him much, only
and
like 15.
and Jokic was turning that ball over, which leads to these Thunder turnover fast break points.
Yeah.
That's what they
So,
do.
I mean, that's what they like to do, get stops, get out, run, transition, and score. And like, I mean, that arena they play in, I'm surprised they lost that game one. Like, they just have a different vibe to them.
Yeah, right? I mean, it shows when you come out after getting killed like that, or not killed, but after losing like that, dropping it in some bad fashion,
Yeah.
some late game choking fashion. You come out and you do that in game two. That says a lot about you. You're not just the Boston Celtics who, are prone to choking. No, you learned your lesson and you came out and you balled.
Yeah.
Dominant, dominant.
Like Shea set the tone early. Like, how many did he have? 34,
It's the
like
efficiency, man,
11 for 13. Yeah, it felt like he didn't miss a shot because he didn't, barely.
right? right? And you know what this team's going to do on defense. Every one of them is going to be locked in. Every one of them is going to be all over you. Lou Dort, Case and Wallace,
Yeah.
all of these guys going to be
Dude,
locking
he's
you
like
up.
Lou Dort's like a linebacker,
Ah,
bro. Like
dude, he's a
so fun to
beast.
watch.
Let me pull up this box score from game two.
So
Um,
if you had to pick someone to come out of the West right now, like
dude, that's the question.
so we'll pick the Timberwolves through. Who I think like we
It's
gotta go. I think the Thunder.
it's the Wolves or the Thunder,
Yeah. And then I think honestly the Thunder. I think the Thunder get it done.
right? It's just, man, I've been thinking about this, and it's like the Timberwolves are good, man. They
Yeah.
are. I just neither of these teams are perfect. Um, the Wolves have a little bit more experience, that's for sure. They're both deep, both play great defense. The Thunder sh probably shoot better. I don't know, man. I don't know yet. I don't like
Yeah.
I've been thinking about this and I can't figure it out. But it's the Thunder or the Timberwolves. It's not the Nuggets. It's not the Warriors.
Yeah. We're like I don't know. I feel like if we had the Thunder and the Timberwolves, like I feel like the nah, you good. I feel like the Timberwolves like drop like they can drop games. Like you know what I mean? We're like how often do the Thunder get blown out? We're
Right?
like I feel like there'll be like if they played a series, there'll be one or two games where the Timberwolves would get smoked.
Because they're not shooting.
Yeah.
They're shooting 8 for 48 from three or something. You can do
Yeah.
that against the Lakers. You can't do that against the Thunder.
No. So like yeah, that's if I had to put money on any team to win it all, I'm confident in, it's gotta be the Thunder right now. Watch them lose
Right. I
tonight.
agree. But do the Knicks, the Knicks are like scary now. Because like they're so talented and there's no denying that. Tibbs is a great coach.
But
They're just talented. And Mitchell Robinson, look at the ball he's playing.
as we were talking about earlier though, we feel like the Celtics have lost these more than the Knicks have won these. Like
Oh
let's
yeah.
not
I agree, but it's also like the Cavs. Like,
yeah.
are you gonna get some iffy games from everybody not named Donovan Mitchell? I don't know. Mobley's been good.
Yeah.
We'll see. I kind of want to see these series unfold a little bit more before I make my picks. Because, I mean, 2 days ago, we would have picked Celtics. A lot of people would have picked the Warriors. Like, after game one, people were like, what's wrong with the Thunder? Oh, like, what? It, but this is the beauty of it, is we had those years of Warriors and Cavs and all that. Look at the parity in the NBA now. I mean, the Bucks won a championship. Then the Warriors came back, got a historical one. Then the
Yeah.
Nuggets won one, the Celtics won one, and now we have no clue who's going to win it. No clue. It could be the Oklahoma City Thunder. It probably should be.
Yeah. I
They're
don't
the
know.
favorites. There's no question that the Thunder are the favorites right now. However, look at the NBA right now. You can't predict a thing.
Yeah, here, let's see.
It's impossible.
Wow, Celtics still favored to win the Eastern Conference right now.
The Knicks are favored to win the series, but the Celtics are favored to win the East.
Wow.
Right? Kind of crazy. But I mean, I wouldn't want it any other way. Sure, do I like being able to predict things? Yes, but do I love this parody? Absolutely, I do.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean it's this is what we like though. It's not like like what you were saying, it's gonna be Cavs Warriors. Like there's parity. And like this is why the rules are set up the way they are now to allow teams like Oklahoma City and Minnesota to have teams in Cleveland, to have teams that are all competing, Indiana, all small market teams, where how many big market teams? Denver, Boston, New York. Trying to look who else.
I mean, yeah, dude.
The
Like,
Warriors, maybe. That's it. Like you have like four small market teams in there that normally wouldn't be in there. So that's
right?
what we want, the parity.
Exactly. Right? And it's no more domination from a team, from a player, from LeBron. Like, Jokic is probably the best player in the league right now, but at the same time, he doesn't do a lick on defense. Shea could be the best player in the league. Giannis, I mean, who knows? Giannis could still be the best player in the league. Tatum
Yeah,
has these
two
moments.
way.
Tatum has these instances where these seasons, these portions of seasons where he looks like the best player in the league. You're like, oh, Tatum's finally here. He's this megastar. No, he is not. I don't know. I could say so many things about Jason Tatum, but
Yeah,
I'm just gonna hope for the best. I hope the Celtics come back. The Celtics could definitely win this series.
yeah. I really hope if they drop this game three, man, that'll be.
Oh yeah. We
I
have
wouldn't
to
be
win game three.
surprised I wouldn't be surprised they get swept if I know they'd be like, oh, we've done this before. I don't know, man.
Nah, we're cooked if we lose game three.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
let's not kid
100%.
ourselves.
Yeah, no, we're cooked if we lose game three. Who are you taking the Celtics in game three?
Uh, I probably won't bet on it because like
I mean, what's the
minus
value?
it's like minus 200, I think,
The Celtics?
the money line.
Yeah, no, get that out of there.
And I'm not taking the points with them. I never do that in the regular season. They're always favored by too much to begin with.
Exactly. I never
So,
like betting points. Sometimes, obviously, but if you get a good value, but
yeah,
I don't
like
like betting
most
points.
games, but
You never
yeah.
know. You never know. The Thunder, lost a game, then got killed them by 40.
Yeah. No, I mean, I just like the thing that's like I really never thought we'd be sitting here. Indiana up 2-1, New York up 2-0, at least in the East. The
That's the
West is all right.
that's the thing. Like, what? Like, we could not have predicted this for our lives. If you bet just the game ones correctly, all of them, which you'd figure you can, you'd win, what was it, plus 750,000?
Yo, if it was Pacers Knicks, who would you pick?
The Knicks. I'd
Well,
take Jalen Brunson.
didn't the Pacers bounce them last year?
By the way, we have less than a minute. They did,
Okay.
but just Brunson and the health looks a little bit better than last year. So
Yeah.
I take I don't know, but don't quote me on that. Like right now, I'm taking the Knicks.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah, I
half
see
courts,
we got like 15 seconds, but
bet. Well,
I think we covered pretty much everything.